Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the Graduate Commencement exercises of Hofstra University. Our program this evening begins with the invocation delivered by Rabbi Meir Middleman from the university's Board of Chaplains, followed by the national anthem and alma mater led by Alexis Minogue from the class of 2014. The words to the alma mater on the inside front cover of your program. Will everyone please stand?
Almighty God, as we gather today to celebrate Hofstra University students receiving advanced academic degrees in 2014, we give thanks for all the ways they've enriched our time while they've been at Hofstra. Let us be inspired by Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, who says, even the smallest good deed can change someone's life. As long as there is hunger, poverty, despair, and hate in the world, there's work for us to do. And we hear, if we listen carefully enough, the voice of God asking us, where are you? Bestow your goodness upon all our great university and all of us who are part of the university family. Bless the parents and families of these students whose support, sacrifice, understanding, and love have brought them to this joyous occasion. And grant your special blessing to the students we honor tonight. As they celebrate their impressive achievement that reflects years of intensive study beyond their undergraduate degree, grant them wisdom to choose noble goals, patience to attain them, strength to heal a fractured world. May these students always be a blessing to everyone whose lives they touch. And may it be your will, merciful God, that these students and all of us always bask in your blessings of health, happiness, and peace. Amen.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? O Hofstra, to honor thy name we foregather, rejoicing in voicing thy praises anew. By thee we are guided, with counsel provided. Sustain us with thy strength in the paths we pursue.
Please be seated. It's my pleasure to start with some very, very special introductions. I'm going to ask that you hold your applause until everyone's been introduced. The first person introduced is the chairperson of our Board of Trustees, Janice Meyer, class of 1981. let me introduce you to the deans of Hofstra University: Dean Simon Benavie, the Dean of the School of Engineering and Applied Science; Dean Ronald Bloom from the School of Health Sciences and Human Services; Dean Evan Cornard from the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication; Dean Bernard J. Firestone from the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences; Dean Sean Finelli from the School of Education; Dean Warren Frazina from Hofstra University Honors College; Dean Patrick Sochi from the Frank G. Zarb School of Business; Dr. Leora Schmelkin, Senior Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Studies; and the one person on our campus who needs no introduction, the President of Hofstra University, President Stuart Rabinowitz.
Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, administration, very distinguished guests, but most importantly, our graduates and their proud family and friends, I am honored to speak to you at our 2014 commencement exercises. I have spoken at many of these commencements over the years. I have been Dean of the Law School for 11 years, President for 13. That's a lot of commencements. But over that time, I have learned that commencement should not be a solemn ritual. Unfortunately, neither will it be an occasion for me finally, after all those years of your tuition, to reveal to you the secret of everlasting happiness. I would, if I could. I would tell you what that secret is. But I've come to believe that the secret of happiness is different for each and every one of us, and that we must discover our own path to fulfillment for ourselves in our own journey. As to giving you good advice on other life issues, well, I will leave that task to our superbly qualified commencement speakers this evening. So tonight, for me, this is a simple occasion. It is a celebration. We are here to celebrate you, your accomplishments, and your hard work, and the sacrifices that have been made on your behalf by your family and friends. And we also celebrate the many exciting future options and opportunities that all that work and all those sacrifices have afforded our graduates today. Our graduates today will acquire one of the very rare assets in life, which, number one, no one could ever take away from you, and number two, will never depreciate in value, and that's your Hofstra degree. Indeed, we are confident that those degrees will surely increase in value throughout your long and successful careers. And our promise to you is that we will do everything in our power to enhance the stature and reputation of Hofstra, and thus the value of your degree. So my most important message to you tonight is simple, but from my heart. You have earned our congratulations and our admiration. You have worked hard, you have learned well, and you clearly are ready to make your mark on this world. We take pride in you and your accomplishments, and so should you. In short, this is surely a time for you to proudly display your Hofstra swag. Not bad for somebody my age. So let me close my very brief remarks today, as I have for the past 13 years as president of this great university, and that is by wishing each and every one of our graduates well. I wish each one of you all the success you think you need and all that work and ability earned for you. I wish you the perspective to forgive yourself and learn from the inevitable mistakes, because we're all human beings and mistakes are inevitable. I wish you the tenacity and the courage and, frankly, the good fortune to someday find a life's work about which you feel passionate, rather than settling for one which neither challenges nor fulfills you. I wish you the very special sense of satisfaction and self-worth which I have found comes only from using at least some of your talent and energy to help others, especially those who are in need. And on a personal basis, lastly, and perhaps most importantly, I wish you the wisdom not to forego the love of your family and friends in a relentless pursuit of material success. For as comedian Lily Tomlin so aptly put it, the trouble with the rat race is that even when you're in it, and even if you win it, at the end you still feel like a rat. The class of 2014 leaves here with our admiration and our affection. We enjoyed teaching you and learning from you. We hope you will continue to maintain your ties to your classmates and, of course, to your alma mater. From this day forward, you will always be a graduate of Hofstra University, and your accomplishments will always be the very most important driver of the reputation of the value of a Hofstra graduate education. You will always be, an important member of our community, and you will always be welcome back home at Hofstra. On behalf of the faculty and the administration and the staff of this university, I extend to each of you our heartiest congratulations and our very warmest wishes for your success and for your happiness. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to introduce a person we think of as a member of the Hofstra family, a great friend to Hofstra University, and a great United States Senator, Senator Charles Schumer.
Well, thank you, Provost Berliner, and to you, and to President Rabinowitz, and to the whole Hofstra faculty and staff, clerical, administrative, all the way down to the people who keep the place clean at night. Thank you all for making Hofstra University one of the finest institutions of higher learning, not just in New York State, but in our entire country. You've done an amazing job. Congratulations. Now it's my honor to address those on the dais, the parents and families and friends of the graduates, but most of all, you, the class of 2014 Hofstra University, congratulations to all of you. Now, first, I'd like to announce my class gift. You know, it's hard to pay for college and graduate school, and if you're poor, the federal government helps you out. That's a good thing. But what about the middle class? So a few years ago, I wrote a law that said you or your parents, whoever paid for college or graduate school, can take as a tax credit $2,500 off your federal taxes for each year of college or graduate school to help defray the cost of tuition, provided, there's always a provided your family's income is below $200,000 a year. So, for those of you who come from families who make below $200,000, make sure you or your parents take the credit. Last year, a third of all people who were eligible failed to take that tax credit. It's a new one, it's 4 years old. And if you happen to forget, whether you were in graduate school or college, you can actually file a form from the IRS and get the $2,500 per year back. So that's a pretty good class gift. Now, what happens if you come from a family who makes above $200,000 a year? God bless you. I'd like to say a word to the parents. I know how proud you feel. Just a few years ago, my wife Iris and I sat where you sat and watched our daughter Jessica come up and get her diploma, and it was one of the greatest days of our life. And if you're like us, you think back to the hard times. These days, it's not so easy to raise a child in modern society. We thought of when we rushed Jessica to the hospital. She was 4 months old. She had 106.5 fever. We didn't think she'd make it, but praise God, she did. We remembered when we put her on the kindergarten bus for the first time. And as the bus pulled away, she ran to the back of the bus, tears streaming down her little cheeks as she waved goodbye. But when Iris met her at the bus at 2 o'clock on its return, she jumped off the bus happy as could be. She said, "Mommy, I came back." When we talked to her, we understood what she meant. She thought she'd never see us again. We put her on the bus, new family, new neighborhood, new friends, everything else. Then we remembered Jessie as a teenager, where she didn't say much to us. And when she did, we didn't understand a word she said. And then moms, dads, you see your daughters and sons come up on the stage and get that diploma and become an adult before your very eyes. Congratulations to the moms and dads. Job well done. And one more word of salute and congratulations. As we're having a great night tonight, there are young Americans your age, many from Long Island, who are in our armed forces, defending us overseas, risking their lives for our freedom. So let's have a round of applause for them and their valor. Okay, now to you, this great class of Hofstra 2014. You're graduating with two great advantages. The first, you've gotten a great education. Only 30% of all Americans will actually get a college degree, and the number who get graduate degrees is even smaller. And even among those who've gotten such degrees, since Hofstra is such an outstanding university, your degree and your education's a little bit better than the rest. So educationally, you're starting with a nice leg up. Second, you are the first generation to be born into all of this new technology. In 1988, that may have been the year some of you were born. It was the first year that the word internet was ever used in print. There was no Facebook and no Google, no Twitter, no email, no text messaging, no LOL. In 1994, when many of you were toddlers, the World Wide Web had 12 websites on it. That's it. You'd go on the web and there were just 12 places to go. Now there are 14 billion websites. That shows you how quickly technology is changing our world. And your parents, your teachers, me, we, the older generation, we try to get used to this technology, but it's hard for us. Our whole patterns of learning and living were established before all of this happened. But you were born into it. Technology is to your generation like water is to a fish. You've been swimming in it your whole lives. So the fact that you've gotten this great education here at Hofstra, and the fact that you're the first generation to be raised immersed in this technology means that you have tremendous advantages, and that means one thing. Now is the time, if there ever was, to figure out what your dream is, even if it seems hard to attain, and reach high for it. Then, reach deep down inside yourself. See what you're made of. See if you can attain that dream. My advice to the class of 2014 is very simple. Go for it. Now, sometimes you'll make the wrong choice, but if my experience is any indication, you'll pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move forward. But if you make the right choice, with a lot of hard work, a little luck, some prayer, your life will be enriched forever. I learned these things myself. When I was seated at graduation from college 40 years ago, I learned that I had just won a scholarship to travel all around the world, all expenses paid for a whole year. For me, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. I had never been out of the country before. But at the same time, I met a girl, and I fell in love. Aww. Now I had to decide. Do I go around the world for a whole year on the all-expense-paid scholarship? He says yes. Or do I stay home with the girl? She says stay home with the girl. I stayed home with the girl. Nope, don't clap yet. The story unfolds. That summer, she went on a short vacation, and I went to the airport to meet her on her return. As soon as she got off the plane, I saw by the look on her face something was wrong. She dumped me by Labor Day. There I was, no scholarship, no trip around the world, no girl. I said to myself, what a loser you are. You're never going to make anything of yourself. And in fact, I stayed inside my house for months, moping around, feeling sorry for myself. But somehow I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and moved forward. And a few years later, I found myself seated at graduation once again, this time from law school. But on the way home from law school, I told Mom and Dad I wasn't going to join the fancy law firm like we had planned. I told them I loved politics. My dream was to run for office, even though the chances of winning were small. My parents were shocked. My mother was particularly disappointed. You see, I came from a family that struggled to send their kid to college and law school. My father was an exterminator. He never went to college, didn't have much money, and this law firm was paying $400 a week, which in those days was a whole lot of money, more money than my family had ever seen. But my dream was to run for office. So that fall, at the age of 23, I ran for the New York State Assembly, and I had 3 opponents. There was the party machine candidate, there was a neighborhood activist, and then there was my mother, who was telling all her friends not to vote for me. So as she said, I'd get this dumb idea of being a politician out of my thick head. Well, class of 2014, a few years earlier, I didn't get that girl. But that November, I won the election. So, to this great class, Hofstra 2014, go for it. And when you have doubts, we all have doubts. It's the human condition. Don't think you're different or strange or weak because you have doubts. That's how God made each and every one of us. But when you have those doubts, maybe you'll remember a few lines from this poem by Rudyard Kipling called If. He wrote it to his son 140 years ago, but it's relevant to every son and every daughter of this great class, Hofstra 2014. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on a turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will, which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings but not lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. He wrote it to his son 140 years ago. In this nice day and age, it's relevant to every son and every daughter of this great class, Hofstra 2014. To the class of 2014, congratulations. Good luck. Godspeed. And don't forget, go for it. Thank you.
Sharon K. Marcil is Senior Partner and Managing Director of the Boston Consulting Group, a global management consulting firm and a leading advisor on business strategy. Ms. Marcil joined BCG in 1993 and led BCG's consumer practice through 2012. Today she serves on BCG's America's Leadership Team and its Global Executive Committee and leads BCG's America's Public Sector practice. Named one of the top 25 most influential consultants by Consulting Magazine in 2007, Ms. Marcel received a special award at the magazine's first annual Achievement Awards honoring women leaders in consulting. She also serves on the board of directors of Women for Women International, a nonprofit humanitarian organization dedicated to helping women survivors of war, poverty, and injustice, as well as serving on the board of the Washington Tennis and Education Foundation and the Duke University Annual Fund. Ms. Marcel earned a BA in economics, magna cum laude with high honors from Duke University. She then went on to earn an MBA with distinction from Harvard University. Prior to joining the Boston Consulting Group, Ms. Marcel worked in mergers and acquisitions, and that department was at Goldman Sachs. Members of the Hofstra class of 2014, it is an honor to present your distinguished commencement speaker, Sharon Marcel.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Today is a special day for you, for your families and friends, and I'm delighted that you've asked me to be part of it. When President Rabinowitz and the trustees first asked me to be here with you this evening, I was honored, but also a tad bit terrified. In my effort to prepare, I spoke with friends and asked, what do you remember from your graduate school commencement speech? This question was harder to answer than I expected. The good news for me is that the bar perhaps is not that high. Based on my research, you are considerably more likely to remember what you had for breakfast this morning than what I say. This is certainly not surprising. You are undergoing a major life transition, surrounded by family and friends, celebrating, planning, and reflecting. You have accomplished a great deal. And the most I can hope to do is be a small part of your day. So let me put my ambition for this address in context. Are there any basketball fans out there? Good. Does anybody remember Stacey King? Okay. Stacey was a very solid NBA player for about 10 years. He won a couple of titles with the Chicago Bulls. I think Stacey set a reasonable goal for this talk. One night against the Cavaliers, Stacey's teammate, Michael Jordan, was on fire, even for Jordan. Shooting from the outside, creating off the dribble. By the time Coach Phil Jackson sat him down, Jordan had scored 69 points. With the game firmly in control for the Bulls, Jackson put Stacey in. He played defense, grabbed a couple of rebounds, got fouled, and went 1 for 2 from the line. After the game, the media mobbed Jordan at his locker. Stacey was getting dressed quietly by his when a reporter said, "Hey, Stacey, what are you going to remember about tonight?" King looked up from tying his shoes and he said, "I'm always going to remember tonight as the night when MJ and I combined for 70 points against the Cavaliers." In a similar vein, I hope that you'll always remember me as someone who combined with your family, your friends, and the faculty to create a wonderful moment of celebration for you. As I thought about the 3 key messages I wanted to communicate today, I thought about an analogy: hiking. Are there any hikers in the audience? Yay, good. That's great. So my family and I were amateur hikers. My husband is a gadget guy, so we start every hike with maps, water, a compass. You get the picture. Yet, as you hikers know, batteries die, water spills, and some maps are at best approximations. Sometimes the most useful information comes from others you meet in the backcountry. You meet a hiker who's been on the trail before or has just been out longer than you that day. They get you back on track, they point you to an interesting vista, or they just warn you about inclement weather. That will be my goal for today. I cannot give you a map, but I have been on the trail just a little bit longer than you, and I've seen some things that I hope might help. At its core, my job at BCG is pretty simple. I give advice, usually to large private and public institutions, and usually to the leaders of those organizations. That advice is supported by the great analysis of my teams and the deep expertise of 10,000 professionals globally. But ultimately, all of that work leads to a series of conversations with the leader, often on the cusp of an important decision, like whether to combine with another institution, enter a new market, launch a product, or restructure. What a remarkable way to make a living. I get to work with really great people, supporting successful leaders, making their biggest decisions. In watching and helping some incredible people at these moments, I've learned a few things that might help you, and I'd like to share 3 things in particular. First and most important, get better every day. One lesson that really stands out from my career in business is that the bar for performance goes up relentlessly. Fortune magazine ranks the largest companies every year, and it's truly amazing to scan the list across time. About half the companies in the Fortune 20 the day I graduated from college aren't there anymore. The big technology companies on the list were Wang and DEC. Walmart, the current #1, wasn't on the list until 1995. But if it's true for companies, it's equally true for people. As a small example, when Roger Bannister became the first man to run a 4-minute mile in 1954, it was considered an impossible achievement for a human being. If he ran the same time at next week's NCAA championship, he'd finish 12th. This shouldn't be surprising. Think of all that has changed in the last 60 years, from advances in nutrition and training to tracks and shoes. But it isn't just track, and it isn't just business. The world changes relentlessly in every endeavor. If you're in the health field, the technologies get better, our understanding of physiology gets better, and the economic structures evolve. If you're in marketing or communications, the technologies that we have today would have been unrecognizable a decade ago. In fact, Jack Dorsey's first tweet is just 8 years old. Likewise, educators must manage a variety of new tools and competitors for attention to reach and shape young minds. I could go on, but I'm sure you get the point. In fact, many of you here today will be the disruptors, the innovators, who foundationally change the way something gets done. And every one of your advances will raise the bar and force us all to work differently and at a higher standard. I'm going to pause here and address a question that is likely on many of your minds. If the world changes so rapidly and concrete knowledge is quickly outdated, why did I just spend several years in a king's ransom on learning this graduate school curriculum? I'll share with you a secret. While the faculty may have been taking you deep into text or a lab or a problem set, that wasn't what they were trying to teach you. Much of that specific knowledge will fade. But the discipline of mastering difficult content is a skill you will lean on every day. Simply put, you have learned how to learn. You've learned to encounter difficult material, to create new frameworks, to leverage the thinking of others, and to collaborate for a broader purpose. To work hard, innovate, and to grow personally, to get a little bit better every day. This leads to my second big theme, be a permanent student. I feel I need to insert a quick warning label before parents go into cardiac arrest. I am not suggesting that you perpetually re-enroll in courses and spend your life opining from your parents' couch, but rather that you learn a little bit each and every day. Your education and development has just begun. The only thing that will change is the economics. From this point forward, you will be paid to learn. But that shouldn't change the energy and commitment you bring to the task. The key here is energy and humility. The best leaders stay humble and are curious enough to learn. This is harder than it looks, and it gets harder as your career unfolds. Think about where you are starting. You walk out of here with a graduate degree from a world-renowned university. You will apply that degree in different roles and get more and more responsibility. You will become a boss, an expert, a tenured faculty member, and you will run a very real risk of thinking you have nothing more to learn. But the finest leaders never stop being students. They come to work every day ready to admit what they don't know and to probe for insight from those who might have it. My guess is that everyone here remembers the beginning of a semester where they were intimidated by the material. And the reason that you are all here today is that you were humble enough to dig in and to commit to learning it. Adopt that posture every day. As a side note, I'll admit that one way to remain humble is to have two teenage daughters like I do. As I was preparing this talk, I asked my 13-year-old if she would like to hear me rehearse. She said, "How long is it?" I said, "About 12 minutes. And she said, "How about if I listen to half?" And I responded, "But some of my best stuff is in the back." And she said, "Start in the middle." My third and final piece of advice relates to this. Make the world your faculty. One huge benefit of maintaining a student's heart is that you become aware of how many people have something to teach you. Reflecting on my own life, a startling thing is just how many people I would call mentors. If it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a virtual metropolis to raise a professional. Much has been made of the need to find a mentor for your career. Such a relationship, of course, can be a terrific resource, but only if you realize that even the best single mentor can give you advice on only a fractions of the situations that you will face. So don't limit yourself. As I look back, there are so many positive forces who helped shape my career and my life. Yes, there were those ahead of me at BCG, but equally important were people from other walks of life. A friend who homeschooled her kids spent hours with me helping to think about enrichment opportunities for my daughters. A client who patiently counseled me while I tried to help my mother and father deal with dementia. An NGO executive who helped me think about how my skills could be adopted to help social sector organizations. And a personal trainer who helped me to change the context for my eldest daughter as she became competitive in tennis. If my life has had one big surprise, it's how many people have perspectives to share and the spirit to share it. The only constraint on receiving this rich wisdom is a willingness to broaden one's perspective and a willingness to ask. If I could distill everything I've learned working with great leaders down to a sentence, it would be resolve to be better tomorrow than today, and better the day after that and after that. You have a remarkable set of tools from your time at Hofstra, the ability to learn and to seek mentorship primary among them. Bring them to work every day. To close, let me share an experience as a parent. One evening when my kids were 4 years old and 18 months, we ducked into a Mexican restaurant across from my office. I carried my 18-month-old Elizabeth into the restaurant, but she insisted on being put down to practice her new awesome walking skills. When she hit the floor, she immediately darted towards the back of the restaurant with me in hot pursuit. Standing by herself, my 4-year-old Caroline caught sight of a really interesting-looking red box on the wall, about a foot out of reach. Working quickly, she climbed onto the table and leapt across a small passage, grabbing the fire alarm and holding on for dear life. The busy restaurant emptied. On came a whooping siren, and a look of panic came across the face of my 4-year-old as she hung on, suspended in midair from the fire alarm. The next hour was a blur, but I'll never forget what Caroline, crying, said to me as we walked away from the fire truck. "Mommy, I'm only 4. I don't know everything. But when I am 7, then I will know everything." Well, she didn't know everything at 7, and she doesn't appear to be on track to knowing everything as she heads on to 17. And I sure don't know everything at 47, but I love that spirit she had and her resolve. I will know more. I will keep growing. I tried to bring that to work and to life every day, and I think you will be well served if you do too. Thank you very much.
Excellence in teaching is our highest priority, and Hofstra University prides itself on the quality of teaching taking place on this campus. It is therefore an enormous honor for someone to be selected as Teacher of the Year. Every year, graduating students select recipients for the singular honor. Only one person is selected from each school or college. There are 3 recipients of the singular honor with us this evening: Sarah Novak from Psychology, Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Elizabeth Venuti from Accounting in the Zarb School of Business, and Holly J. Sarab from Counseling and Mental Health Professions from the School of Health Sciences and Human Services. Please stand to be recognized.
All right, this is a really good part coming up now.
Are you ready? Will the candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Health Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Education, and advanced certificate degrees from the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication, the School of Education, the School of Engineering and Applied Science, and the School of Health Sciences and Human Services, please stand. Mr. President, I have the honor to present all the candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements for the master's degree and certificate programs for their respective school or college. I recommend, together with their dean and faculty, that you confer the appropriate degree upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the regents of the state of New York, and upon the recommendations of the provost and your deans and your faculties, I am pleased and proud to confer upon you the degree Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Health Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Education, or Advanced Certificate as appropriate, and we have to stop having so many degrees. But to all of you, you are now entitled to all of the rights and privileges afforded by your degrees. Our heartiest congratulations.
Will all the graduates please step forward to be recognized by President Stuart Rabinowitz, Trustee Chair Janice Meyer, and your Dean. Your names will be read by Frank G. Zarb School of Business Assistant Dean Brian Caligari, Lawrence Herbert School of Communication Associate Dean Mark Oppenheim, and School of Education Senior Associate Dean Corin Spencer.
Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Drew Hund. Nicholas Membrez Wheeler. Cheryl Seeland. Janelle Cacapardo. Jameson Seymour. Danae Bihas. Christine Onitis. Daniel Adler. Brooke Vermillion. Matthew Pekowski. Bukoro Monday. Lorraine Masanga. Melissa Rubin. Nolan Meditz. Sonia Kuradra. Sajran Jackson. James Docherty. Gregors Pollock. Colleen Sobera. Mona Amalaki. Marnie Katzman. Alex Zacharakis. Michael Timmerman. Mengan Yan, Yu Gan, Christopher Owell, Zuran Zhang, Danya Nurafshan, Ethan Wieselther, Jing He, Aaron von Berg, School of Education, Letitia Elliott, Xenia Brooks, Tony Malambro, Janine Halstead, Brittany Villafana, Kevin Carlock, Francesca Charles Altis, Timothy Kutzberg, Anne-Marie Costanzio, Sarah Fazzarani, Joseph Castrogiovanni, Adriana Scaldolfi, Catherine Garo, Kerry Olson, Christopher Judice, Tyler Sick, Daniel Bailey, Teresa Mendez, Alexa Borenson, Erica Santa, Charlotte Hayes,
Cindy Covarrubias, Chantel Rodriguez Mastarakis, Nancy Gomez, Celeste Polly, Antoinette Segui, Barbara Green, Jacqueline Kona, Danielle Barry, Nayeli Perez, Amy Smith, Sadie Mealy, Jill Howard, Leonida Nunez, Ebony Estevez, Alicia Nash Chadwick, Michelle Cole, Caitlin Messenheimer, Rachel Brillon, Michelle Krasner, Meredith Tateo, Christopher Fusco, Rachel Kugelmass, Nicole Faccini, Tatiana Hakimian, Danielle Monaco, Jillian Egan, Christina Philippin, Ray Wine, Crystal Moses, Aileen Sloan, Jaleisha Cleveland, Jacqueline Lissman, Jennifer DeLeo, Victoria DeSalvo, Amanda Jaffe, Nicole Schofel, Melissa Avina, Alexandra Romano, Rosetta Langua, Christine Filipkowski, Zachary Dane, Victoria Barron, Marianne Skafaris, Edwin Mejia, Andrea Kaminsky, Patricia Curran Whiteman, Caitlin Wellstead, William Cliston, Ashley Levine, Amanda Burek, Catherine Chavez, Deborah Scalza,
Erica Applebaum, Melissa Mayard, Jade Guy, Dominique Williams Marshall, Jennifer Bregnati, Tamika Stewart, Leda Melendez, Catherine Taylor, Moira McKenna, Laura Solomon, Allison Sturcio, Nicole Marie Bratta, Lulu Dai, Yi Sun, Yun Wang, Dan Dan Lin, Xiao Wei Shang, Hao Wu, Roma Wang, Roseanne Carboy, Layli Rojas, Francoise Rodriguez, graduates of the Frank G. Zarb School of Business. Stephanie Canal, Jennifer Jacques, Dr. Eric Altman, Renee Casarino, Dr. Randy Trope, Adam Kogel, Austin Fry, Michael Petro, David Feldman, Christine Yang, Melissa Cephalou, sorry. Melissa Muscarella, Jeffrey Molina, Scott Filipowski, Vishnu Kothapita, Justin Mechanic, Seth Mandel, Philip DiTomaso, Abhishaki Jha, Maxwell Thomas, Anuja Deshpande, Priya Nanda,
Udaya Bhaskar Dantuluri, Raul Kiswani, Daniel Thon, Akanksha Mittal, Yiran Shan, Jaeshong Lin, Jikyang Dong, Jack Liu, Danny Tao, Ji Gao, Anji Wang, Bayon Ma, Lingna Yi, Yi Jing, Mingwei Lang, Zhao Wang, Yan Zhang, Yingning Zhang, Yao Gi, Emily Corzel, Patrick Murphy, Mehmet Mert Eren, Anjay Narwal, Xiaodan Wang, Sri Tong, Ratuja Achalare, Aaron Pollock, Anka Martiescu, Craig Walgast, David Bright II, Jessica Kingay Noramburu, Gloria Henley, Sam Baldwin, Keith Crumpler Jr., Hongmei Jin, Zahira Gunlap, Yun Zhang, Lu Chen, Wen Zai, Shida Lu, Wei Wu, Hao Yu, Yuan Wang, Moran Wang, Mingzu Lu, Yuan Zheng, Christopher Clark, Mengyang Yi, Lei Yu, Lu Zheng, Ji Han, Tarian Deng, Xiaojing Gu, Guanu Geng,
Wai Chen, Mei Chen Dong, Veronica Valdez, Johanne Charleton, Maureen McPherson, Hung Yi Cheng, Yi Quan Zhang, Yu Huang, Lu Jing, Wen Wen Song, Li Wang, Nanan Li, Ming Pan, Zhanfeng Shen, Xiaolong Zhu, Yuju Wang, Miao Wang, Lin Xiao, Haiyan Huang, Xiaochen Li, Xiao Lu, Zheng Wang, Huan Yang, Yu Chen, Syed Amir Ali Jazari, McGarry Wang, Yuhui Lu, Meng Yao Li, Jun Ma, Huaxi Shi, Roihai Li, Siyu Dai, Yujin Lu, Shi Chen, Shi Guo, Ran Wang, Mei Wei Zhang, Ding Shi Sun, Li Zhang, Xi Feng, Sheng Yang Xiao, Jai Gao, Xiaoxi Lu, Yining Xiao, Xu Wu, Qin Yang, Yu Zhao, Zishan Zhou, Zhao Shen Gao, Kunlun Huang, Qin Wendong, Li Li, Yufan Shi, Ying Lu,
Wei Zhang, Chao Li, Min Quen Li, Xin Ma, Xiao Zizhang, Christian Martinez, Jasmine Gonzalez, Li Zhang, Zhang Qin, Shashi Shetty, Zhao Zhu, Jin Sun, Li Yu, Yan Zhang, Qi Xiao, King Xiao, Wei Zhang, Jia Yang, Ri Wang, Lu Bu, Pin Shu Chen, Xiaoxing Zhao, Xia Gong, Wei Shi Chen, Wei Dai, Lu Feng Wang, Zizhu Lu, Zhan Zheng, Ru Kuai Wang, Yu Ting Feng, Yang Zhao, Qi Wei Chen, Wang Jiejung, Yao Wei Lu, Yang Dong Mu, Sen Wang, Shaling Deng, Wei Chen, Xisong Ren, Washi Jin, Dailin Li, Dhruv Shah, Ino Zheng, Xiaoyu Lu, Karina Wu, Yanrang Wang, Leke Wang, Ye Wan, Guan Yang,
Tengu Wang, Lin Wang, Min Chen, Yi Yao Zhang, Shilong Lu, Mixin Zhu Lu, Li Wen Ma, Bo Pang, Ru Jia, Zhu Tao Shen, Xinyang Wang, Ji Dai, Xinyang Wei, Jia Jia, Zhangzhu Wang, Chenming Zhang, Wei Gu, Fangzhu Zhu, Yang Yang, Mason Wang, Di Wu, Ji Yi Sheng, Yuan Long Wang, Yi Zhang Dong, Yi Pan, Xian Lu, Yuxi Oang, Anna Wang, Kui Jin, Ji Ru, Yuhan Zhang, Ji Chen, Maria Smith, Harong Zhu, Ting Mao, Chao Wang, Xian Zhang, Zhaoyang Wang, Kevin Lee, Yitzi Wu, Yang Du, Zhao Zhao Zhang, Yingqi Bai, Yilong Wang, Shibu Feng, Zhen Zhu, Jia Lan, Jisen Tu, Chao Yang, Mengzhao Li, Shiru Zhang, Christine Heidi Damas, Kala Hales, Jean Finnerty, Anthony McAuliffe, Patrick O'Brien, Ashley Dropkin,
Justin Miata, Joseph Savoca, Brian Perone, Daniel Mormino, Melissa Herrera, Catherine Hannigan, Maxine Legal, Stephanie Chan, Brian Sturder, Matthew Biblow, Justin George, Stanley Thomas, Zangran Wang, Shuai Cheng, Daniel Barbudo, just one sec. Lee Fagenbaum, Ernest Garrison, Zachary Santil, Wendy Darwell, Paulina Marie Noel, Kalia Jones, Michelle Augustino, Ryan Cunningham, Adam Janowski, Michael Viscardi, Brian Singer, Brian Lamaski, Arturo Miguel, Michael Pepe, Rachel August, Deborah Mulligan, Timothy Petrone, Alicia Stefanski, Brittany Mayoka, Nina George, Sienna Guy, Yu Kao, Xiaohan Sun, Lin Chang, Yingzi Guan, Keishin Chen, Kun Kian Xiao, Shai Guo, Sheng Kang, Bai Kui, Xiao Jai Sun, Crystal Han, Ann Hoffman, Jonathan Washko, Corey Carr, Catherine Kaminsky, Yunshuan Lee,
Sen Zhang.
Devlon Williams. Richard Hauser Jr. Oh, Robert Hauser Jr. Sorry. Dial Soke. Richard Pierre. Mohammed Usmani. Deborah Steinauer. Donna McKenzie. Michael Folks. Sherry Shabiro. David Orr. Stephen Goldfelder. Brian Rudin. Michael Alexander. Patricia Medina. Graduates of the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. Li Fan Chen. Lori Filikivo. Valentine Francois. Tatiana Duffs. Lauren Wenjanowski. Kong Ma. Graduates of the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Joseph Porcaro. Tejasvi Ventakanamini. Rafael Oquendo. Graduates of the School of Health Science and Human Services. Elizabeth Pasipanki. Andrew Torrance. Andrea Zhao. Julianne Zeggers. Lauren Clark. Sarah Gautier. Kristen Tompkins. Adriana Miles. Jonna Fink. Xialing Kao. Caitlin Giacchini. Jacqueline Sanzari. Michelle Frank.
Tahani Thimelan. Regine Mitchell. Shalmit Sanders. Arian Craig. Danielle Pyle Solomon. Michelle Tucci. Caitlin Romero. Margaret Doherty. Margaret Christie. Meredith Levy. Michelle Spartarella. John Skidmore. Brittany Butts. Jamie Oliver. Georgios Iano. Jill Eddings. Christina Berner. Suzanne Crotchety. Lisa Calder. Rachel Elias. Jamie Terrio. Tara Spector. Tracy Benheim. Stephanie Bendel. Brendan Hodek. Danya Ferran. Rebecca Verdeen. Marguerite Lim. Megan Conway. Anna Buchek. Stavrola Econonumu. Jennifer Castillo. Leanne Rogenkamp. Victoria Paparato. Jessica Hurwitz. Candace Cepeda. Christine Mancuso. Alyssa Monteleone. Rebecca Barish. Kristen McMahon. Tanisha Campbell. Hanya Steinberg. Jessica Merkel. Lindsay Lipner. Jenna Delane St. Louis. Jen Kayla Jerez. Brittany Novak. Lisa Ellie. Julian Glantz. Patricia Caballero. Jacqueline Barclay. Anne Marie Alucino. Eva Cernicas. Brooke Amari. Marianne Riley. Anna DeRay. Christina Hurst. Casey Canis. Callie Miglia.
Kimberly Ann Doxey. Stephanie Reap. Alyssa Tyson. Sandra Blake. Lauren Mattern. Maria Hernandez. Ronald Sanchez. Brittany Davis. Lindsay Myers. Joanna Andrews. Sophia Noel. David Schoenfeld. Teresa Marandino. Dr. Raul Sina. Nathalie Jean Baptiste. Hope Zuo. Alicia Colangelo. Nicole Vi. Amy Singh. Jennifer Hart. Jonathan Dupre. Adina Bono. Tiana John. Jenny Lemberskaya. Maggie Sedaris. Darren Diraj. Sarah Lewis. Maruk Zaidi. Sana Rana. Bushra Alam. Ariana McGuire. Chantel Scott. Marlene Bellevue. Victor Fontaine. Jessica Kozakot. Anoop Kesavan. Jeffrey Gottlieb. Thomas Yantz. Nicholas Filzame. Sadia Safian. Congratulations, graduates.
Will the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology please stand? President Rabinowitz, I have the honor now to present to you those students who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and I am pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology as appropriate upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost, the Dean, and the faculty of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology as appropriate. Congratulations to every one of you.
Will the candidates please come forward? I would like to ask Dr. Robert Mata, Director of the PsyD Program in School Community Psychology, Dr. Phyllis Orr, Assistant Director of the PhD Program in Clinical Psychology, and Dr. Kevin Nolan, Associate Professor in the PhD Program in Applied Organizational Psychology, to assist in the hooding of our doctoral degree recipients.
Graduates of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Adam McCabe. Dr. Benjamin Miller. How you doing? Dr. Nicholas Pedicus. Tatiana? Dr. Tatiana Mechikaina. Dr. Annie Tang. Dr. Kristen Rizzola. Hi. Dr. Nicole Lipman. Dr. Stephanie Angelo. Dr. Kelly Schweitzer. Dr. Kimberly Wells Bernard. Congratulations, doctors.
Will the School of Education candidates for the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education please stand? President Rabinowitz, I have the honor now to present to you those students who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education in the School of Education, and I am pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education as appropriate upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendations of the Provost, the Dean, and the faculty of the School of Education, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Education or Doctor of Philosophy as appropriate. Congratulations to you all.
I would like to ask Doctors Monica Byrne Jimenez, Eustace Thompson, Catherine DiMartino, Karen Jackson, Catherine Trapani to assist in the hooding of our leadership doctoral degree recipients, and Doctors Bruce Toff, Sage Rose, and Gloria Wilson to assist in the hooding of our learning and teaching doctoral degree recipients, and Doctors Deborah Goodman, Alan Flerkey, Terry McGinnis, Denny Taylor to assist in the hooding of our literacy doctoral degree recipients. Will the candidates please come forward to be introduced by Senior Associate Dean Corin Spencer and to be recognized by President Rabinowitz and the Board of Trustees Chairperson Janice Meyer.
Dr. David Schultz. Dr. Kathleen Olmsted. No. Dr. Denise Yi Vignola. Dr. Margaret Carlock Russo. Dr. Evelyn Lolis. Dr. Jeremy Kabanoff. Dr. Ted Canoni. Dr. Noreen Leahy. You're good. Dr. Mary Harrington. Dr. Sharice Pemberton. Dr. Roxanne France. Dr. Monique Habersham. Dr. Sasha Romlau. Congratulations, doctors.
Will the School of Health Sciences and Human Services candidates for the degree Doctor of Audiology please stand? President Rabinowitz, I have the honor now to present to you those students who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Audiology in the School of Health Sciences and Human Services. And I'm pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degree Doctor of Audiology upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University, the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost, your Dean, and the faculty of the School of Health Sciences and Human Services, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Audiology. Congratulations.
I would like to ask Dr. Rose Valvizan, Coordinator of Audiology Services in Speech Language Hearing Sciences, to assist in the hooding of our doctoral degree candidates. Will the candidates please come forward to be introduced by Carol T. Ferrand, Chair of the Department of Speech Language Hearing Sciences, and recognized by President Rabinowitz and Board of Trustees Chairperson Janice Meyer.
School of Health Science and Human Services. Thank you. Dr. Alan Isaac. Dr. Stephanie DeTone. Dr. Nicole Adio. Dr. Marissa Bellotti. Dr. Michelle Ramaka. Dr. Sophia Christina Berman. Dr. Brenda Lilia Guerrero. Dr. Thomas John Retcher. Congratulations, graduates.
That wasn't loud enough. Can we have one big hand for all of the graduates? So we have one last graduation ritual to perform, and we on the platform party would like to help the graduates to perform it. So I would ask the graduates to stand and the platform party to stand. Not the audience, just the graduates. So the focus is on you today for all you've accomplished and all you will accomplish, and that's as it should be. But we all know nobody gets here alone, and that each of you has had the support of your loved ones and your friends and family. So we on the Platform Party want to join you in thanking them for everything they've done for you all these years. So if you turn around, catch the eye of your friends and families and give them a big hand.
Now, following the commencement, there will be a reception for graduates, guest faculty, and members of the Platform Party at the David Mack Physical Education Center, which is right next door. I'm going to ask the audience to remain in place until the academic procession has left the arena, and congratulations!